Welcome to today's headline maker. A story so massive, it rattles the NBA from coast to coast. If you thought this season couldn't get any wilder, you'll want to buckle up. An epic playoff triumph for the Golden State Warriors, a sudden and possibly era-ending injury for the Bucks, and swirling rumors that could send Giannis Antetokounmpo to a new team, possibly the Warriors, have set the league on fire. Let's take you inside the shockwaves shaking up the NBA. Warriors strike back, the last dance, or the start of a new era. Let's start fresh from Houston, where the Warriors pulled off a comeback for the ages. A gritty Game 7 victory over the Rockets that defied every storyline, every hot take, every doubt. For months, the pundits counted out the Warriors. Too old, too broken, and left behind by a new generation of stars. But when the moment came, Golden State answered, not just with technique but with heart, and a seismic roster gamble. The centerpiece? Jimmy Butler. His mid-season arrival, orchestrated by GM Mike Dunleavy and made reality by owner Joe Lacob, was a controversial thunderbolt across the NBA. At 35, coming off turbulent tenures in Miami, Minnesota, and Philadelphia, many wrote off this move as a Hail Mary, a desperate, expensive bid to squeeze one last ounce from a legendary but aging core. But cliches crumbled in Houston. Butler brought more than numbers. He brought tenacity, bravado, and the soul of a team fighting for its place in history. When the final buzzer sounded, owner Joe Lacob stood visibly emotional on the Toyota Center sideline, watching a vision, vindicated. The simple, all-in hug between Lacob and Butler captured the spirit of this team. Faith, sacrifice, and a refusal to quit. The Butler effect, turning doubt into destiny. Fans tuning in this season have witnessed, perhaps with astonishment, a Warriors transformation that nobody saw coming. Since Butler donned the blue and gold, Golden State's record stands at a staggering 23-8. Not only did they climb the standings, but they became the NBA's top defense, posted the third highest net rating, and revived an offense that had looked lost. Butler's on-court numbers in Game 7, 20 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, barely scratched the surface. His calling card was leadership, poise, and a fiery edge that reignited the locker room. Add in Buddy Hield's 9 three-pointers, part of a career-high 33 points, Draymond Green's vintage defense and first-quarter blitz, and the evergreen Steph Curry's surgical dismantling of the Rockets' defense, and you have a classic Warriors revival. Yet, the cost of this gamble is clear. Butler inked a 2-year, $121 million extension, locking him in through 2020. For some, it's a risky commitment given his age and unpredictable. But for Joe Lacob and this weary, battle-tested roster, risk is the currency of legacy. He's worth every penny, Lacob said with conviction. A mantra echoed by a team chasing one last ring before the window slams. Chasing immortality. Warriors at a crossroads. The stakes for Golden State couldn't be higher. The original core, Curry, Draymond, Kevin Looney, are all navigating their mid to late 30s. Head coach Steve Kerr's own future is the subject of whispers, as league insiders tip him as a candidate to succeed Greg Popovich in San Antonio. Someday. Everyone knows. The clock isn't ticking, it's roaring. Against that urgency, Jimmy Butler fit like a mismatched puzzle piece, until he's injected fuel, intensity, and fresh commitment. Curry himself called Butler's arrival a reset, expanding the emotional bandwidth of a team running on legacy. We have a real care factor again, Curry shared after the series-clinching win. From me, from Draymond, from Jimmy. Now, every run, every possession carries consequence. Coach Rick Carlisle of the Pacers adds a tantalizing hype. If Butler had started the season with these Warriors, MVP talk would be real. The noise is back in Dub Nation, and for good. But as the euphoria of Houston fades, a new question collides with: can this reloaded team topple younger, hungrier contenders like the Minnesota Timberwolves? Or is this just one final, defiant war cry from Golden State's fading? The Bucks collapse, and the earthquake that follows. Let's shift from glory to devastation. In Milwaukee, hopes for another finals push have crumbled. Damian Lillard, the blockbuster acquisition meant to push the Bucks back to elite status, tore his Achilles. For a star who's endured years of heartbreak chasing a title, the news couldn't. Lillard will almost certainly miss all of 2025-26. For the Bucks, a dark hour has become a pitch-black season. A franchise once chasing titles now faces harrowing questions. Without Lillard, Milwaukee not only loses its second star, but sees their flexibility, identity, and even their most precious asset, Giannis Antetokounmpo, cast. With consecutive playoff faceplants and no clear reset button, the Greek freak must ask, is staying loyal worth another wasted year of his prime? Giannis watch. NBA's biggest domino. This is no ordinary crossroads. Giannis never hid his ambitions. His quest isn't for local legend status or franchise records, but for the high. Every year that slips by, every failed playoff run, only sharpens his sense of urgency. Lillard's injury might be the final. If Giannis signals he's reconsidering his future, the entire league takes notice. As rumors swirl, insiders say 5 teams are positioning themselves as frontrunners in the most seismic sweepstakes since LeBron. The Nets, mid-rebuild, have made Giannis their plan A, with up to 6 first-round picks and intriguing talent. Brooklyn can offer an enticing. Plus, the bright lights of New York and the stage to build. Golden State. Here's where the story spins full circle. The Warriors, now recharged by Butler, have long dreamed about pairing Giannis with Steph Curry, a union that blends respect, agency ties, and seamlessly compatible. Golden State's offer could center on draft picks, young players, and perhaps even Jimmy Butler, whose contract provides salary ballast. In an alternative version, Draymond Green could be moved, rerouted for even more assets. A Curry-Giannis duo? The ultimate test. Legacy. Houston, a rising Western power with an elite defense and aggressive identity, could offer a package headlined by Jalen Green, Jabari Smith Jr., and a cache of picks. Adding Giannis would instantly make them title contenders, partnered with interior ace Alperen Sengun. Oklahoma. With the NBA's greatest treasure trove of picks and elite young stars, OKC could assemble an irresistible offer. Isaiah Hartenstein, Cason Wallace, Nikola Topic, and forfers. Most staggeringly, they could keep Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Chet Holmgren, and Jalen Williams, building a super team terrifying in youth and ceiling. Finally, San Antonio, led by generational unicorn Victor Wembanyama, dreams of an imperial pairing. Even giving up prized pieces like Stephon Castle and Jeremy Sochan, the Spurs would vault into instant uniqueness. A Giannis-Wemby frontcourt could redefine the game itself, averaging a mythic stat line across the board. Power and uncertainty. Awaits right now, the NBA is on the cusp of a tectonic shift. With Milwaukee's future threadbare and Giannis openly weighing his path, the fate of the league rests. Will he double down in Wisconsin, or become the league's ultimate game-changer, on the grandest stage or the most sudden of rebuilds? What comes next could shatter everything. So, what do you think? Is this Warriors renaissance real, or just the last arena? Where will Giannis season? The court is yours. Hit that like button. Join the conversation with your thoughts in the comments, and stay tuned. This channel is your home for the next big NBA. The new era starts now. Let's witness it together.